It is some 40 years now since our musical comedy theatre audience first saw Paul Rubens' picturesque and tuneful Miss Hook of Holland. London saw its debut at the Prince of Wales Theatre with G.P. Huntley as Mr. Hook and Isabel J. as Sally. The following year, in 1908, Australia saw it with Edwin Brett, the imported English star, playing Mr. Hook. In 1935, it was again revived in Australia, and our musical comedy theatre audience is fortunate tonight in being able to recall memories of some of its tuneful melodies. The theatre is crowded for this popular revival, and there is great enthusiasm shown at the rising of the curtain and the opening chorus in the cheese market of Arndijk on the borders of the Zuyder Zee. All the best musical comedies open in a marketplace. It offers the scenic artist unique opportunities, and the producer an excuse to crowd the stage with gay and colourful costumes. In this, Miss Hook of Holland is no exception. Soldiers, market folk, cheese merchants, villagers, assistants in the liqueur distillery throng the stage in their charming Dutch costumes. And the entrance of Captain Paap and Bandmaster Van Vyt of the Mounted Artillery, with the soldiers of the Netherlands posed in their glittering uniforms against the quaint old Dutch houses, and the magnificent backcloth, with its river scene, its barges, and its low sea wall, makes a glowing, vivid picture. There is a wild cheer from the crowd, from the audience too, as the band strikes up the military air of Soldiers of the Netherlands.
Enemies may choose to scorn the land that we control, and yet her name, her fate and fame we'll hold with heart and soul. Though small in size of fatherland, though peace be ours today, the hour may come when the roll of drum shall call us to the fray, and who shall disobey? We're soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands. We go Brabant and North Friesland and all that lies between. So soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, our pride has been to defend our queen. Here's a health to our fair young queen. We're soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands. We got Brabant and North Friesland and all that lies between. So soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands. Our pride has been to defend our queen. Here's a hell of a young queen. Our ancestors their strength have shown upon the mighty seas. Their enemies they met alone and routed them with ease. To us remains a duty then, obeying each command, to prove our of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands. We go Brabant and North Friesland and all that lies between. So soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, our pride has been to defend our Queen. Here's a health to our fair young Queen. We're soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands. We guard Brabant and North Friesland and all that lies between. So soldiers of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, of the Netherlands, our pride has been to defend our Queen. She's a hell of a young Queen.
For Mr. Hook, a wealthy liqueur distiller, it is a happy day. It is his 58th birthday, and he has just perfected his finest liqueur, Cream of the Sky, his daughter Sally's recipe containing 61 ingredients. Tomorrow at his distillery in Amsterdam, a big fete will be held to celebrate the marketing of his Cream of the Sky. This very much distresses Sally Hook, as her sweetheart, the bandmaster Van Wyk, will have to remain in Arndyke with the regiment. Apart from this disappointment, their love pursues a steady, placid course, calm and peaceful as the sleepy canal itself.
When the sun is aglow in the west, 'tis the hour of the lover. Work is over. Every creature alive is at rest as the twilight is creeping. Nature sleeping.
Now the moon silver white bids us bask in the glow
the serenity of the scene is rudely shattered by Mr. Hook's announcement that he has lost his precious recipe. Even now, perhaps, the thief is sitting in his cellar, making a delicious clandestine home brew from the stolen formula. That's if he can get the 61 ingredients. In actual fact, the piece of paper is secreted in the pocket of that arch-cad Captain Pop, who has obtained it from the village loafer Slinks, who picked it up in the marketplace just where Hook had dropped it. Captain Pop believes that Hook will be so delighted to get back the formula for his atomic liqueur that he will gladly consent to Pop marrying Sally. But Sally's thoughts are only for young Bandmaster Van Wyt, who has never met her father. And when at last she brings them together, Van Wyt, to impress the old boy, who is musically inclined, unobtrusively slips a lozenge in his mouth and begins his tra-la-la-la.
Any other man so envied in the land as the proud conductor of a military band, whether with the brass and reeds or with the pipe and drums, so alert is he that every melody he hums.
Yes, he hums.
Northern drums with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. With the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. With his baton in his hand, his tempos he will show, double forte that will mean oh pianissimo. When he plays in minor key, the ladies round him sigh, still conducting on them all, he turns his loving eye, rather shy. With the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Continuing the story of Miss Hook, Mr. Hook is really too worried about his precious recipe to be concerned about his daughter's whereabouts and her sweethearts. So he stands on a stool in the marketplace, claps his hands, "Attention, please!" and in the presence of a policeman informs the populace of his loss, offers a reward, and adds that in his experience the finder is usually the thief. As he's leaving for Amsterdam this evening, he hopes the recipe will be returned to him promptly. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. An excited buzz follows the announcement. And Captain Pop, seizing his opportunity, tells Hook and all present that he is prepared to wager 10,000 guilders that by tomorrow night he will have recovered the missing document and will hand it in person to Mr. Hook in the Amsterdam distillery. Van Wyt comes forward and with fine disregard for army orders says that if the captain goes to Amsterdam, he goes too. There is an angry scene, and Pop threatens to punish Van Wyt for his insubordination. The carnival in honor of Mr. Hook's succulent new product, Cream of the Sky, is about to commence. Sally Hook and her girlfriend are dressed for the occasion in brand new Dutch rig. Very de rigueur, we might say, if we were in France instead of Holland. These Dutch costumes look very well, but can anyone explain why all the girls wear their aprons even on Sundays and high holidays? However, Sally is more concerned with her new sabots than anything else at the moment. And that, Mr. Conductor, is the cue for song.
Little Miss Wooden Shoes, everyone knows, had dear little feet and divine little toes. Why should she hide them in wooden sabots? Little Miss Wooden Shoes thought them a bore, but they were the things all the family wore, and they made such a noise on the old wooden floor. wooden shoes. Go where she choose. All the neighborhood were knowing which direction she was going by the clatter, clatter, clatter of her little wooden shoes. Little Miss Wooden Shoes told a big king and soon fell in love, but I won't tell his name. She'd his picture, of course, in a neat wooden frame. Now sometimes at night they walked out, I must own, a fact that at once in the village was known. But they knew by the sound she was not quite alone. Little Miss Wooden Shoes hit on this ruse. She took no, whatever is the matter, no one ever hears the clatter. Oh, the clatter, clatter, clatter of her little wooden shoes. Little Miss Wooden Shoes married at last. When her friends heard the news, why, they all stood aghast. She had been so retiring and shy in the past. Several years afterwards, something occurred, for 2 pairs of sabots were purchased, I've heard, and the cobbler is now busy making up bread. Little Miss Wooden Shoes, you must excuse, for she scorns a perambulator. She's the proud originator of the clatter, clatter, clatter of 6 little wooden shoes.
Little Miss Wooden Shoes, you must excuse, for she scorns the perambulator. She's the proud originator
of the clatter, clatter, clatter of 6 little wooden shoes.
By now, it's 5 o'clock and carnival time. Paper hats and false noses are handed out to the men of the distillery, who promptly ignore them and ask for corkscrews. Their idea of a holiday is an alcoholiday. Then Snap sets the ball rolling by presenting a petticoat to Mina, the Hook's pretty little maid, with the hope that she'll always wear it next to her heart. That's a funny place to wear a petticoat, says Mina, and truth to tell, she has so many petticoats, she just doesn't know what to do with them.
I've been spoiled such a lot. It's my fault, they say, but I'm sure it is not. It's the men won't leave me alone, worry me like a bone. All day presents I get, as if I hadn't got enough yet. Why, there's one more, come with a note. It's a new petticoat. Oh, Lord, dear Lord, what on earth shall I do if I get any more? I've a little pink petty from Peter and a little blue petty from John. And I've one green and yellow from some other fellow, and one that I haven't got on. I've one made of lovely red flannel that came from an Amsterdam store. But the point that I'm at is that underneath that, well, I haven't got on anymore. Girls do, for I hear that they wear very few. When they do gymnastics or run, then sometimes they wear none. I should not have the face. England must be a curious place. Would that Milo make money too if she wore what I do? Oh, Lord, dear Lord, I shall say something wrong if I say any more. I've a little pink petty from Peter and a little blue petty from John. And I've one green and yellow from some other fellow, and one that I haven't got on. I've one made of lovely red flannel that came from an Amsterdam store. But I think you must know that I heard something go. Oh, I haven't got on anymore.
This number is a huge success with our audience, and as it's only musical comedy and the dramatic unities need not be too seriously observed, Mina and her schnapps come back for a number that has little to do with the plot or the situation, and is sometimes omitted from the performance, but still remains one of the most attractive songs in the Paul Rubens score. This is the ballad that tells the story of the bottle of brandy that fell in love with the lady's soda siphon and was always popping the question.
In a little coat of straw stood a bottle of brandy. He was, when his face you saw, so jolly, so dandy.
Near the siphon blandly sat, pale and rather blue. Still she sparkled, never flat, and bubbled the whole day through. Brandy loved her truly, proposed to her each day. Him she pondered duly, and turned her face away.
Pop, pop, pop went the question sadly, she accused him.
Pop, pop, pop went the cork each time that she refused him.
She would soothe him when he took more than he ought. He was a bottle of brandy, she a siphon of soda odor. One dark night the hand he saw groping on the shelf. Off came Brandy's coat of straw and off he was snatched himself.
Did he hear the siphon sigh as she watched him go? How he laughed when by and by they took her upstairs also.
Is it not cold weather? Brandy ventured with a joke. We get so well together, said he, and that's a joke. Oh, pop, pop, pop went the question sadly, she accused him. Pop, pop, pop went the cork each time that she refused him. She would soothe him when he took more than he ought. He was a bottle of brandy, she a siphon of soda odor.
Unbeknown to Captain Pop, Van Wyt has taken a job at the distillery as a bottle hand so he can be near Sally Hook. But he hasn't reckoned with a jealous Captain Pop, who almost succeeds in ousting his rival by a cunning ruse. When he learns that Mr. Hook will hand straight over to the police the man who returns the recipe, Pop gives it to Van Wyt, tells him it is a note he wishes to be delivered to the old man, and orders Van Wyt to take it to him. "So, you scoundrel," says Hook, opening the note. "It was you who stole the recipe." Schnapps! Everybody, come here. I found the villain at last. Send for the police at once and have him arrested. But Sally Hook intervenes in the nick of time, and when Van Wyt tells her the truth that Captain Pop gave him the recipe, it's a different story. She turns the situation completely to her own advantage, makes Captain Pop promise that he will not punish Van Wyt for going AWL, and that leaves the way clear for Van Wyt to ask Mr. Hook for his daughter's hand. And consent is promptly given. And to celebrate, the old man calls for a toast and 100 bottles of cream of the sky.
Belongs that country's good wine. On every inspiration, it is the fountain divine. To us in Holland living,
la la la. Wings run la 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 la.
The curtain comes down from the fly. Stars, bit players, and chorus men and women rush for the dressing rooms to remove their Dutch costumes and makeup. And soon, only a single pilot light illumines the stage of the darkened musical comedy theatre.